Welcome back. We continue to mark Juneteenth when the last of the 250,000 enslaved black people were freed.
It happened in 1865 when 2,000 Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas, and announced that executive decree. But has slavery been fully abolished? Our Evrod Cassimy spoke with several people who say no.
Webster's dictionary defines slavery as a state where a person is held in forced servitude, or a situation where a person is entrapped as by debt and exploited. And while slavery has been abolished here in the United States, some would say that it still exists today, but in a different way.
Shame, guilt, and a lot of my family doesn't, they didn't have money.
That's how Orletta Caldwell describes the feeling of having to take out a payday loan. In 2008, a bad divorce ruined her credit, left her nearly penniless as a single mom, and forced her to file for bankruptcy.
You got to pay rent. I don't like overdrafts. I don't like being late. And so it's an easy way.
So you went into the store?
No, actually, I went online. You can do it online too.
Why did you not go into a store?
Because I'm Orletta Caldwell, master's in business. You don't do that kind of stuff.
So you were embarrassed?
I was embarrassed, yeah.
What would follow would be a cycle of payday loans with incredibly high interest rates just to make ends meet. A payday loan is a way to get a loan without going to a bank, but it can be costly. For example, $600 can come with a $75 fee and an APR at sometimes nearly 400%. The $675 payday loan is taken out of your next paycheck. Orletta would then have to take out another payday loan to make up for the money that she just paid back. She started to notice a trend.
They target heavily minority, people of color neighborhoods. When you have somebody trapped and they're in this cycle that they can't get out of it, that's slavery.
There is not an immediate presence of other more traditional banking options in these black and brown neighborhoods.
Omari Hall with GreenPath Financial Wellness has worked with 750 people this year to get them out of this payday loan cycle. He explains why credit cards and other traditional banking options are not always possible.
There has historically been an earned distrust from the black and brown community towards the financial services system in general. And that distrust comes from decades, centuries even, of systemic disenfranchisement, where there has not been a support system set up that allows for black and brown and poor people to participate in that type of banking system. And instead, the option that they have are these payday loan systems, these check cashing systems that are extremely exploitative. The exploitation feels a little bit like financial slavery.
Do you believe that modern day slavery exists?
It has always existed.
Sadie Saar is referring to the types of people she sees falling victim to human trafficking. It comes with the territory and the work that she does with ABISA, the African Bureau for Immigration and Social Affairs.
Here in Michigan, for example, we are known to be at the epicenter of what we call modern day human trafficking. Detroit sees a lot of girls missing. Most of the girls who are missing here are black girls.
She believes black women are the most enslaved in this world because they're the easiest to target.
Who is going to come for you? Who is coming for you? Nobody. So it's easier to target the most vulnerable because there is not going to be a real uproar to make sure that these people are being fined, are being looked for.
Why is that a thing? How is that possible?
It's possible because I think we still struggle with recognizing the humanity of black people. And or we are used to black bodies being mistreated. As a black woman, we talk a lot about how we are perceived. So a black woman can only be angry. People don't see your pain the same. People don't see your tears the same.
How does this make you feel as a black woman?
Mad. I'm mad. I'm mad all the time.
How do we end modern day slavery so that everybody truly is free?
I think to end modern day slavery, we really have to do so much more work.
That work includes fighting for equality for all of humanity. That's the work that Sadie does daily at ABISA. At the same time, Orletta Caldwell is working towards lowering interest rates for payday loans and cash advances.
They do have a ballot initiative out. I want it capped at 36%.
She was able to find a way out of her financial troubles, saving just a small percentage of her own money. Today, her credit score is repaired. She has a great job, and after completing her Ph.D., she is now Dr. Orletta Caldwell. She had this message for anyone feeling enslaved financially.
You're not a bad person, and you'll make it.
Okay.
But you got to be determined that you're going to get out of it.
Evrod Cassimy, Local 4.